I think only if there was a general consensus that that was the best option for small parts of it. I'd like to see us as a city retain as much control as possible.
Yes, I would. The Otakaro Avon regeneration plan needs money, so common sense leads to dollars to invest in that green spine. We have to.
Yes, I would consider selling parts of the regeneration zone, but only very fringe areas that would lead themselves to some reasonable mitigation and regeneration. I think that's an avenue that could be pursued to generate some revenue for some of the projects in the red zone.
I'd consider anything really. I mean, I'm a kayaker myself. I think kayaking and rowing are great. I'd really like to see something like a rafting possibilities. I mean, there's a park that I've been to in Auckland which is fantastic, and I could see something like that being built at the side of the river, which I think would be a great fit as far as water sports are concerned. But I think we should consider everything and anything.
Yes, more thorough investigation into the types of flatwater recreation or sports recreation facilities that could occur on the green spine has to take place. One thing that will happen and should happen is that we need river widening, and that'll be a good thing.
With the flat water sports recreation, I believe there is a need for an enhanced area of flat water recreation in the area. Originally I did support the lake up into Horseshoe Lake, but I would really quite like to see other options and perhaps a widening of the river in its current form, maybe a weir, all sorts of opportunities there that need to be considered in the future.
In terms of options for attracting visitors, I'd consider everything and anything really. I'd love to see, and have thought for a long time, it'd be wonderful if we could have some kind of boat charter thing, say starting out in Brighton and going up the river to give people a real appreciation of the area. Definitely got to have cycle trails alongside and through it. I see it as a sort of a Riccarton bush river type arrangement.
All the activities that we can have in the Otakaro Avon River corridor are going to be conducive to people who want to come here and have an experience. The green spine itself is going to be an attraction. As they said in one of the movies, you build it and they will come.
The Avon-Otakaro river corridor really needs to have a number of economic attractions as well as natural attractions to get people to visit the area. Things like the Flatwater Lake are very important to me, but equally I think getting some good cycleways and natural conservation areas would be great for the area as well.
I think the city should retain governance, but I think we should consider entering into partnerships that are going to benefit the people of Christchurch. So if there were some private models, say for instance a water park or something like that, then I think we could take those on their merits. I also think that the same with a rafting park sort of arrangement.
The best ownership model is that it stays in the public realm. That's what we need it in. And as far as governance goes, well, of course it's council, community, mana whenua, not-for-profit, all sorts of other organisations will put their hand up, and we need to consider them all.
I'm reasonably open-ended for the governance model for the area, but I think it's vitally important that local people, particularly those that either border the residential red zone or were previous inhabitants of the red zone, have some say. But equally I think council needs to be involved in a considerable fashion as well. So a model that looks at community and council would be ideal.
I think my vision would be that it would be like a Hagley Park around a river. New Zealand is blessed with some amazing spaces, and we've got an amazing opportunity in the heart of our city to really make the most and bring in another fantastic green space. So that's what I'd like to see.
The Otakaro Avon River Corridor is one of those beautiful things that we, our generation, baby boomers and so on, can leave behind for those that come after us. It's going to be fantastic. We have to put resources into it to make it as good as we can make it.
Well, this is quite a complex issue really, because the redevelopment of this area is going to take a considerable amount of time, I believe, and I think there will be some evolving concepts that are considered. But ideally, I think in the end we need to have a good balance between recreational usage and conservation and natural heritage.